Okay, sorry about that. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SPR Sports Picks. His name's Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak in the Bag show, last show of the week for July, Friday 13th. Shout out to Twate, Latte. Shout out to Vitalis. Shout out to Scotty Rock Forever. And shout out to everyone else who will be joining us shortly. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today, as you can see from the agenda on the screen. MLB, WNBA, CFL, MMA, soccer, a lot of stuff. Of course, we've already given our MLB picks. A lot of them. We're going to get to some more MLB analysis. I want to cut that off at maybe 6:35 or 6:40 Eastern time at the latest, because then we have to get into the WNBA. We talked a lot about WNBA in the morning show. It was very, very interesting. A lot of people had suggestions on plays they were liking. The holy trinity of Godmother 87, King Rail, and Teddy B all were recommending a play on the Sun on the first half full game, and they were liking the Sun today. And I was not understanding why the Aces were such a big underdog. I officially took the Aces team total overs first half and full game. Also, the Indiana game is very interesting. King Rail said he had a lean to Indiana on the money line as a huge underdog. Red Girl said she liked the under, and I like that one as well. And my thought is, as we talked about in the Dallas game, remember we were like, if Dallas, or what was it? If one of the teams wins, the game goes over. And my thought is that if Indiana gets the win or even comes close, it's probably going to go under, because it's not going to be that they're going to suddenly be an offensive juggernaut. It's that they're going to win 75-72, something like that. So I'm leaning under on that one. I already gave that one as an official pick. We will get to that one. We'll get to the CFL game, which is very interesting. Of course, yesterday on the Thursday night game, Jim and I killed that one. Jim nailed the side. I nailed the total. I had the first half under, but I should have had the full game under, and I should have. That was such a miss by me. Left money on the table. Obviously, a great team like Calgary as a tiny favorite off a bye. Oh, such a great call by Jim, and I don't know. I still don't even know why I didn't take that one. We got another CFL game tonight. We're going to get into. Then we're going to get into MMA, UFC Fight Night 133. Very, very interesting coming up this weekend, and we have our new resident MMA analyst expert, Annie Marak, who is right now, I think, 10-7 overall with an average dog line, up about 5 units overall in the official picks that he's given us. He says he's broken down 11 fights, and do you have all of his picks in there?
I have them all.
Man, and he has a lot of picks again?
He has a lot of picks.
Wow. See, I'm looking at this card, UFC Fight Night 133, at least the main card. Very tricky stuff. You got JDS and Chad Mendes both as favorites off of huge layoffs. There's some underdogs that look like they could have value. Then there's a Kat Zingano fight, which is very tough for me to suss out. So I'll be very interested to see what Annie Marak has to say. And then, of course, we're going to just a few final words on the World Cup final. Jim and I have not given any official picks on the World Cup final yet, but it'll be an interesting show. We are going to try to keep a brisk pace throughout the entire show. Let's quickly get to some initial comments here. Kobe Valentine says in the Cubs game, Kyle Schwarber and Jason Hayward not in the starting lineup. That's interesting. Let me see.
Hotko Schofield enjoying your brisk pace?
Yes, shout out to Hotko Schofield. We are going to maintain a brisk pace here. Maintain a brisk pace here. That's what the pros do. And despite all the joking around and all the calculated sort of degeneracy, we are professionals here. Jim and I are consummate professionals. We both graduated from the same sports betting broadcasting school, the best in the world. We are professionals. We know what we're doing. And so we're going to keep a brisk pace. Shout out to Hotko Schofield for noticing. Kobe Valentine fills us in. Thank you so much, Kobe Valentine. These comments are they're not glorious comments. They're not glamorous comments. They're just valuable informational time savers. He tells us who's out of the lineup, who's in, and of course his opinions. He says that Herrera is not in the starting lineup against the Marlins. That's interesting. Okay, let me see. Shout out to Cole Corleone.
Trenton Claxton saying, Jimmy, my summer league played Dallas and Phoenix.
Okay. Right. Wait, who said that?
Summer league, Trenton Claxton. Guy, sharp dude. Like running with him. Vitalis says Sharps are on tonight, right now. Rockies, minus 145. Mets minus 122, Indians minus 105, Reds plus 145, and Blue Jays plus 195. Yeah. I have a bunch of plays I need to add. So.
Yeah, there have been some interesting line moves. We will get to that. We'll just finish with the comments, and then we'll get into the picks. Cole Corleone says, missed you guys earlier, but I'm here now. Rolling my blunt now.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect. Twisted up. King Rail says Tarasi is playing.
Oh, very nice.
But line's still at 5.
Yes, rolling blunts is almost more fun than smoking them, in my opinion. Wouldn't you agree,
I would
Jim?
Disagree mightily.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
in a huge, enormous That's why I couldn't disagree more.
All right. Shout out to Anthony L. Can't miss last low bag show of the week. Shout out to Anthony L. giving us invaluable opinions on positive and negative regression that he's expecting in the future. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Let me see. Joe Yurkovich says, Pete, how do you calculate the average line for all your picks with the plus and minus odds to figure in? I can tell you how I do that, but it's a simple mathematical formula. Basically, I don't know if we have time. Basically, what you do is you don't average them out, just add them up and then divide like you might think. What you do is you calculate the implied winning percentage of each odds, then you add up all the total wins, and then you divide then you add up. So you have your total expected wins and your total expected losses, and you divide those together, and then you get the average line. That's how you do it. But I will get into that a little bit more. It's a good question. I will get into that a little bit more at some time in the future when we have less shit to cover. But it's a good question. Joe Yurkovich. Okay, let's see.
Hako Schofield just opened the vodka. Lamar Williams says, "What's up, Pete?"
Yes.
And
what up? Shout out to
Jimmy,
Mark Williams. Yes.
like Toronto solo over. Oh, and Red solo over. Detroit run line. New York Yankees game over.
Okay.
And Boston solo.
Michael Mayetta says this is the meth version of the show. Yes, it absolutely is. You know, meth. Everyone loves to say like, "Oh, meth is such a dirty drug," but everyone else is on Adderall. It's the same shit, right? Adderall and meth, same shit. Yes, same shit. Adderall, meth, the same shit. Sorry.
I didn't know that.
So of all you guys on Adderall sitting there looking down on people who do meth, it's the same shit, all right?
Wow, I didn't know that.
It definitely is, Jim. Definitely is. All right, now let me see. What else do we have here coming in?
Can you snort Adderall?
Can you? Of course, yes, yeah. People do. Sasana says blunts are ablazing, boys.
Okay.
Let me see. You absolutely. Of course you can snort. You can snort anything, Jimmy the Bag.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. What else do we have? Other comments here. Let me see. Yanks guy. Wow, is there a way to get in touch with one of you guys or SBR Brass? I have an idea. I'd like to pitch for the low bag chat group specifically.
Ooh,
wow, I like the way.
shit.
Yes, Yanks guy 30, a natural entrepreneur. Sure. Well, you can hit us up on Twitter, right?
Yeah, that's the best way generally. Yeah.
Jimmy the Bag, Peter Loshak on Twitter. Just hit us up. Send us a message. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Or you can email me too, jimmythebag, hotmail.com. Hotmail,
Definitely.
that's the site, right? Hotmail?
Okay. I don't know exactly what it is. Hoggo Cofield says, Pete must be on the coffee/Coke brisk pace, or all three of them. Coffee, Coke, meth, all of it. It's a 6 o'clock show. Lean,
Courvoisier,
yes, absolutely.
prune
I'm on
juice.
6 things right now. Prune juice, coffee, lean,
B-Rad.
Courvoisier, meth, Coke, and Adderall. Yeah.
B-Rad says, happy Friday.
right.
Always a great day listening to you.
Hell yeah.
Michael Mayetta says, bag snorts gas.
Yes, Andres Gayton says, hey, Pete, can you explain your -1 lines? Yes, I can, but not right now. We got a lot of shit to get to. All right, let me see just some other comments. Isan Zolfagari says, I think we all need to pay attention to Andy Blue. Yes, the guy is fucking great read on the Mets. Fucking Mets tattoo on his arm. I think the Nationals are the play. Line movement shows it, and Rourke has a decent record against the Mets. All right, I guess let's just jump in with MLB. Yeah, let's jump in with MLB and weekend. I'll read the official picks that we've given that are still hanging. But yes, there has been a line. Well, actually, now it seems to be coming back in favor of the Mets. Earlier, I saw Washington down in the teens, and now it's creeping back up in favor of the Mets a little bit. I did already give 2 official picks on that one. Washington's second half and the Mets' first 5 innings team total over. Jim has already given Mets on the first 5 innings money line, and the line is definitely bouncing around a little bit.
It is.
Yeah, you have any additional stuff to say about that game, or?
I'm very uncomfortable with the message that was sent to me by Andy Blue 2525, thinking that there was a mistake by me and a very bad play by
saying
me.
That
taking
he likes what?
He did not like my Mets first 5 play.
Wow.
He says Rourke owns the Mets, and I guess what I'm doing is I'm weighing much more heavily what Rourke has done over the last
2 starts,
even 6 weeks, rather than what Rourke has done over the last 6 years. Maybe that will end up being a mistake. But
yeah, it is an interesting line here, and also the total, despite the Mets having such a crappy lineup and Syndergaard starting for the Mets, is a bit on the high side, more than you would expect, right? It's 8.5, and it's getting bet up a little bit. It opened at 7.5, now it's up to 8.5. So maybe, Jimmy has the Mets on the first 5 innings money line. I took the Mets, but on the team total over. Jim, I told you that a while ago. When you have these handicapping opinions, sometimes think would it be safer? Would I rather have a team total here than a money line that I took? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I didn't feel that was for me personally, right. But I have been thinking about team totals. I have 2 team totals. I've won, or actually I haven't. Sorry, I've made 1 bet. I made 2 bets. One in the morning right after the show, and one later. Reds and A's team total overs, and we'll get to that.
Okay. Yes, I can feel the Adderall, coffee, and Coke kicking in when the meth kicks in. That's going to be a sight to behold.
Jesus.
All right, other line moves that have come in. Huge line move in favor of Miami as a home dog. Shockingly, did you check that one out, Jim? It's now down to plus 110.
I did, and
Yes.
thought I might have made a mistake here. And you know of the pitching change in Colorado?
No.
Yes.
What
No
happened?
more Zenzatella. We are now dealing with
okay.
a 9th overall pick from 2014.
Oh, wow.
Named Hoffman. Actually, he
Yeah.
was picked by the drafted by the Jays, and I broke him down. Jeff Hoffman.
All right, other big line moves. Big line move in favor of Cleveland. Yesterday, of course, in the Kluber-Severino game, there was a huge line move in favor of the Yankees. That turned out to be correct. I had the Yankees on the second half. I have them on the second half tonight as well, but a big line move in favor of Cleveland. Maybe someone's out for the Yankees, but about a 15-cent line move in favor of Cleveland. A big 15-cent line move in favor of Miami. The Boston game has gotten bet up, which is nice. Jimmy the Bag, when we took it, the money line was about minus 190. Now it's up about 215 at Pinnacle, so about a 25-cent line move in favor of Boston. Jim and I both took Boston in the morning show, which is nice to see there. Let me see.
Charles Stark has joined us.
Oh, shit.
Stark
Nice,
Raving
nice,
Totals
nice,
is
nice.
here
Okay.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Need to get this in and hit the road.
Okay.
I hope that road is exciting.
Yeah.
Charles, hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. Baltimore, Texas, under.
Baltimore, Texas, under.
Teams
Wow,
hitting 214 and 208 last three. Hamill's good on the road. Cobb better than numbers. WNBA, Connecticut, Phoenix, over.
Okay.
Over 169. Track me.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much, Charles Stark. That under in the Baltimore Texas game is interesting. I was thinking that it might be a good play, at least on Texas team total overs with Cobb starting, and the market has moved a little bit to the over on that game, so that's interesting. Thank you so much, Charles Stark. Other line moves of note, a big line move in favor of Pittsburgh, which is very interesting, right? About a 15-cent line move in favor of Pittsburgh. That surprises me. I kind of thought this game would be, that the line was right about where it should be. Might bounce around a few cents here and there, but no, a pretty clear line move in favor of Pittsburgh. Maybe someone's out for Milwaukee. I don't know, but another 15-cent line move in favor of Pittsburgh, and it's moving even stronger. Now it's up to minus 115 at bookmakers. So big line moves favoring Pittsburgh, a big U-shaped line move favoring the Mets. The recent line move, the initial line move favored Washington. Late line move has favored the Mets. So a big line move favoring Pittsburgh, late line move favoring the Mets, line move favoring Boston, line move favoring Miami, line move favoring Cleveland, and even a small line move here favoring the White Sox over KC, and I guess that's about it, except for the late games where there's been a big line move favoring Oakland as well against Bumgarner. All right, so Jimmy the Bag, let me just review the picks that we've given officially. These are the picks that we gave officially in the morning show. I gave Milwaukee second half, Texas second half, Washington second half, Yankees second half. Also, Boston -1 at minus 147. That's a better line, a worse line now. So we beat that line move. And again, I also took the Mets first 5 innings team total over 2. Jim's picks are Texas first half money line, Texas full game money line, Mets first half money line, Seattle, that one gets canceled. Seattle gets canceled. Detroit first half money line at plus 205, and Boston on the run line at minus 104. Leans I was thinking about, again, I was thinking about overs in the Tampa Bay Minnesota game, and specifically Tampa Bay team total overs. I was thinking about Tampa Bay -1. I think Eovaldi will give up a few runs. Odorizzi maybe give up a few more, and I was thinking about the first 5 innings over 4.5 on that one. Tampa Bay -1, and maybe a Tampa Bay team total over or 2 on that game as well. I also late started thinking about a first 5 over in Philly Miami. I'm thinking that Chen might be a little bit more vulnerable here, and Arrieta might as well. Despite the fact that Chen obviously has been awesome, weirdly awesome at home this year, he's still a vulnerable pitcher, and I suspect he might have a little bit of a worse home start here. And then other plays I was thinking about, once again, the old Boston first 5 innings team total over 3. Thinking about that one. Thinking about both first 5 inning team total overs in Philly, Miami, and that's about it. Oh yeah, also thinking about Texas -1 as well. Tampa Bay, Minnesota first half and full game over, and that's it. That's it. All right, Jimmy the Bag. What would you like to add here?
I would like to get to business very soon, but first shout out to Teddy B, who also was big on the Pacers Summer League and gave it out. Godmother 87 rode with that and had a nice hit there.
Very nice.
And then Jay Yim says, if I win the 60 million Lotto Max, I'm coming to Costa Rica. It'll be Sleuths, Cocaine, and Booze for you 2 points.
Thank you so
Jimmy
much.
and Pete, the best guys on YouTube.
Oh my God! What a wonderful comment. What a generous guy this guy Jalen is. If he wins the 60 million Lotto, he's coming to Costa Rica. Sluts, cocaine, and booze for you too. Well, I can. If you got the money, I know the cocaine spot, the weed spot, the booze spot, and the slut spot.
It is pronounced sleuts, though.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah, sluts
right,
is a negative,
right.
derogatory. Sleuts is respectful.
Hell yeah. I know all the spots. We can hit them all, do a circle in 15 minutes. Bam. We'll be good.
No, let's spend
Shout
more
out
time
to
than that.
JM. All right.
Okay, let's get to work.
Okay.
The first move I made right after about an hour after the show was I bet the Reds team total over. I'm just going back to the well.
Okay.
I'm going back to the well. I've been watching Twadi cash off this. I cashed when they lost 19-4. They're just putting on an offensive clinic out there, and maybe they're hitting over their head. Maybe regression will come, but they're hanging a 3.5, and I'm going to take it.
All right. At Pinnacle right now, 3.5 minus 139. If you have a better line, just quote it, and I'll give you that. But 3.5 minus 139 at Pinnacle.
Sure.
Is that what you want?
Sure. I guess. Will you take a quick look at Heritage?
Heritage won't have a better line there.
Okay, sure. I will take it.
Okay, 3.5 minus 139. That is the Reds team total over. Okay, what else are you thinking about, Jim?
Let me go to my next team total over and bag it. I'm taking the Oakland A's team total over 3.5. This is not a fade on Bumgarner. This is just the belief in these A's bats and the Giants bullpen not being that strong. If they can get through Bumgarner, they can get to the bullpen. This is a team that's rolling, feeling good about themselves, and I'm going to take the team total under. I'm surprised how well Edwin Jackson's pitching. He's not an automatic fade, which he will become.
Yeah.
In 6 weeks, 8 weeks, he deals with arm fatigue all the time. But I'm jumping on that.
Chris Davis is not in the lineup for the Giants.
For the A's.
For the A's, yeah.
Wow,
Sorry.
is that right?
Yes.
Damn it,
yes.
I already bet. Let me take a look at that lineup I got right here. Jesus, is that right? That lineup must have just come out. No Chris Davis. I still think they got enough pop. Still think they got enough pop, and I'm going to take it.
All right, 3.5 minus 111. 3.5 minus 111. Is that okay for you, Jim?
That is okay for me.
All right, let's see. All right, other comments coming in. Let me see. Okay, and what else do you want to add here, Jim?
I am adding, let me get to it. Sorry, I am adding quickly. Sorry. I know that you were against this play, and so I was planning on doubling up on it in the morning. When you were against the play, I took it completely off. I spent the afternoon looking at it, and I am still going to take the Rays Twins under. I'm just going to take the full game. Not going to double up.
Young Vaughn says Pete left Jim hanging. LOL. Did I leave you hanging? Did you give me a high five that I didn't respond to?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Go on.
It's all good.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take Rays Twins full game under. I believe in Eovaldi. I know you guys think that it could easily have a tough spot after pitching so well. I also believe in Odorizzi. 1.06 ERA over his past 3 outings. I've been high on him this year, and he was very bad off the start of the year. I don't like the two offenses. They're able to manufacture runs, but they don't have the big bats. They don't get the 3-run shots and stuff like that. So I know this line has been moving slightly against me, but I'm going to take the full game under.
All right, the full game under will be a plus 105. Minnesota under 8.5 plus 105. Under 8.5 plus 105. That's the line at Pinnacle. I'm thinking about overs on this one, Jim. I'm thinking about first 5 over and Tampa Bay on the team total over as well. My numbers say that Tampa Bay's lineup is actually not that bad.
They're not that bad.
Not great, but
no, they manufacture runs, and I like them personally a little bit better against lefties. They're just 703 OPS versus rights. My man Joe Yurkovich is saying that A's lose the DH in that spot. That's why Chris isn't in the line, but Chris will come off the bench, hopefully in a big spot. Red Girl says Reds under. I agree. Isan Solfagari is on that first 5 under 4.5.
Wait, Red Girl says Reds under. I agree.
Yes.
You took the Reds over.
Oh, sorry.
What did you take?
Sorry, I was saying that right. Rays under. Jimmy,
Rays under.
Rays under, okay. I agree. Isan Solfagari also on that under. Scotty Rock's on the Rays money line. But how you living? Michael G is also on Rays Twins under 8.5. I may be simplifying it too much.
Wow.
But I'm going to stick with this play.
A lot of people liking the under here. Scotty Rock forever likes the Rays money line. I was thinking about the Rays money line as well. Kobe Valentine says no bet, but lean brew crew. Kobe Valentine, interesting line move on that game though, huh? Someone out for Milwaukee because there's a 15-cent line move in favor of Pittsburgh since the morning show. Interesting line move, Kobe Valentine. Oh, Kobe Valentine also likes the under in Minnesota. Wow, Odorizzi's cooking last 3. Eovaldi is dope in July and both teams streaky hitting. Okay. okay, maybe I'm on the wrong side with my.
You know what? I've been given enough pushback. I wanted to initially double up on this game, and you scared me off, and the market scared me off.
Okay.
Is this the spot? So tell me more why you think Eovaldi and Odorizzi get touched.
Eovaldi, because Eovaldi is traditional. He's a little like Velasquez. You know what I mean? A guy who throws really hard, and when he's on his game does get a lot of strikeouts and has a 6-inning shutout start. But when he's off his game, he gets it. He gives up home runs, and he's usually giving up 3 or 4 or 5 runs or so. And Odorizzi is a guy who I think is going to have some nice starts against relatively weaker against weaker lineups in pitcher friendly parks and stuff like that. But that in general, he's a guy who I would look to not be likely to string together more than a few good starts in a row. You know what I'm saying? And this just feels like a spot where Odorizzi has a tougher assignment than what he saw in his past 3 games. And I think that will come back and bite him in the ass a little bit. And the more I talk about it, the more I think I might be liking that one. All right, I'm going to Jimmy the Bag.
Okay, I'm going to double. I'm going to go back to my original play.
Okay.
I'm going to also take first 5 under.
Okay, first 5 under. Let me find it. Maybe we'll go head to head on this one. Maybe I'll take the first 5 over. First 5 under will be 4.5 plus 100. Plus 104. All right, Jim's on Minnesota. First 5 innings under 4.5 plus 104. 4.5 plus 104. Everyone's liking. Red Girl also liking the under. Kobe Valentine also liking the under. Bunch of people liking the under. Interesting stuff here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here.
Well, you got time. I've got more plays to drop. First of all, let me give a shout out to both Ziggy Balls and Teddy B. Ziggy Balls is on St. Louis Cardinals minus 1.5 and plus 140. The Brewers minus 109 and Dodgers Angels under 8. And then Teddy B, my favorite play today, also on the Reds team total over, which is nice, over 3.5. Braves minus 1. Dodgers minus 1. Those are the plays. Now, I'd like to go right away to another double up before we get to the Coors Field fade. I have decided to believe in Tyler Chatwood in this situation today.
Okay.
Yes, I have. Some okay numbers. First off, Petco Park, 4-1, 2.84 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 195 opponent's batting average. Secondly, 6-2 lifetime against the Padres. Better records, as he always has done his whole career, on the road than at home. He's got much better numbers against the Padres at Petco Park than wherever he's playing at home, whether that be Coors Field or whether it be in Chicago. Where he's just got this strange routine where he's got terrible numbers on the road, at home and great numbers on the road. He has terrible numbers over his last 3 starts. But I just feel like this is the park that, a nice pitcher's park in San Diego against a very soft lineup can get him throwing again. 14 runs, 16 hits, 7 walks, and 10 strikeouts in his last 10 2/3. Opponents are batting .245 against him this season. It's not good, but Richard struggled over his last 3 starts. 12 runs on 21 hits, 10 walks against 7 strikeouts and 18 hits. That's a 6 ERA, 1.72 WHIP. His 5-inning outing just his past start was the first time he didn't touch 6 innings. 2-1 against the Cubs with nice numbers, but this Cubs team, 260, 752 OPS versus lefties, 100 OPS points higher than the Padres against righties, and I'm going to take the better team here. I'm going to take both the Cubs first 5 and Cubs full game.
Cubs first 5 and Cubs full game money line. All right, let me just find it. Cubs full game best line will be minus 117 at Pinnacle right now. Cubs money line minus 117, and the Cubs first 5 innings. We will do a line shop here for you, Jim. The Cubs first 5 minus 115. Whoa! You wager minus 110. You wager down to minus 110, and we'll quickly check up Pinnacle, but I doubt Pinnacle will have a better line than that. Minus 110 at you wager, and where is it? Can't find it. The Cubs minus 110 first 5 innings. Can't find it.
Look at this.
Yeah, minus 110. Okay.
Minus 110, thank you. Chatwood, 3.13 ERA away from home.
Yeah.
5-2 career starts in this park. Padres 2-13 in game 1 of the series this season. Richard 1-5 last 6 team starts during July. I just like this spot. Tomor says I'd lean Cubs, but they have struggled against lefties. This is a lineup that's capable of smashing lefties. We saw it last year, and it didn't happen last year until like the second half of the year. But this is a Cubs team that's capable of smashing them. And these numbers are fine. I'll take them any day of the week. So I'm comfortable there. First 5 -110, full game -117.
All right. Okay. That one does make me nervous, but only because Chatwood is almost an auto fade now, at least on his first 5-inning team totals. But okay. And I think I made a decision here. I think I do like Kobe Valentine predicts a 3-1 Minnesota win. He likes Odorizzi. He's pitching against his former team. Thinks he's going to have a good start. I'm not totally convinced of that, and I will take a shot with Tampa Bay -1. I'm going to take a shot with Tampa Bay -1 here. The money line -102 at Pinnacle. That's the best money line, and then the run line for Tampa Bay best line will be plus 155 at Bet365. So that'll be about plus 127 or so for Tampa Bay -1. I'm also leaning Tampa Bay. I'm thinking about going head to head with you, taking the first 5 innings over, but I'm stronger on the Tampa Bay team total over. All right, what else do you want to add, if anything?
I do want to add, but just a couple of guys backing me up. Jace Gum, I like him too, but it's more of a fade of Padres and Clayton Richard. Melee Payless Way, Cubbies. Cody AV saying Chatwood is a luck box, so he should, in Cody's estimation, should have even worse numbers than he has. And then Randy Lockhart backing your Rays play. Campsite Killer has Cubs and over. How You Living Michael G has the Cubs. And Hako Schofield saying a stay away spot. Gary Avery taking the Cubs. Joe Anthony on the Cubs. Wow, Gary Avery says taking Cubs on run line plus 140. They win by 3. And Kobe Valentine saying Cubs are 15-6 versus lefties this year. Tomor said they weren't good against lefties. I like their numbers, and I didn't realize that they were so good win-loss spot. But okay, so I am taking the Coors Field fade, giving it another try, and I'm actually much more comfortable with it. Against Zen, I was a little concerned that Zenzatella could step it up at home, especially hearing that you were high on him. But Hoffman seems like an okay person to fade. 6'5", 9th overall pick, 2014. 5 appearances out of the bullpen, just 5 1/3, 7 hits, 6 earned walks, 6 earned runs, 6 walks, 3 Ks. At AAA Albuquerque, 3-4 with a 3.97 ERA, which we know is very good in the Pacific Coast League. 1.48 WHIP, but 66 Ks, 30 walks. It seems like this was a guy that was a huge prospect. 9th overall pick. But I'm not concerned. I'm going to take -1.5 here with the Mariners.
That's plus 210 at Bet365, and I have decided to throw on Tampa Bay first 5 innings, team total over 4, -114 against Odorizzi. Tampa Bay first 5 innings, team total over 2, -114. So on Tampa Bay -1 and the first 5 innings, team total over 2. Leaning to the first 5 innings over, going head to head with Jim at 4.5, and maybe also to the Minnesota first 5 innings, team total over as well. But I'm going to think on that a little bit more. Let's see, from the 7 o'clock games, here we go. Milwaukee against Pittsburgh. I did take Milwaukee on the second half. Kobe Valentine says now he likes Milwaukee a little bit more, even despite the line move. And someone else, I forgot who it was, maybe it was Joe D or someone, said that Sharp's liking Kingham here. I'm not agreeing with that. Texas and Baltimore. Listen, I took Texas on the second half. I was leaning Texas on the -1 line as well. Charles Stark likes the under, but I was thinking about the first 5 innings over, and I did put first 5 innings 5 over 5 in my leans category here. It was -124 at Pinnacle. Now it's up to 5.5 at Pinnacle. The best line would be -140. So a big market move to the first 5 innings over in the Texas-Baltimore game. But Charles Stark likes the under, which makes me concerned.
Yeah, it's interesting. Joe Yurkovich says Seattle loses DH, and who is Bergman? You're right. Those are problems with this the Coors Field fade today. Not having Nelson Cruz, they're not going to play him in the outfield. They tried to last year, and he hurt himself, and they're just not going to bother risking it. And Bergman is a journeyman, a journeyman who played 3 years in Colorado and was bad. 7 starts, 30 games, and 23 appearances out of the bullpen, 6-4 with a 6.69 ERA at Coors Field. But he looked very good in his first start. Hoffman is a kid who's not proven it. And I'm fine with the Hoffman versus Bergman situation.
Yeah, and then I was thinking, am I crazy here? I was thinking about a first 5 over with Philly-Miami, Arrieta against Chen. I think Chen probably will give up a few runs, and I was thinking about both first 5 team total overs. Miami is 1.5 at -150 or so, and Philly is just 2 to hit Chen. I'm not sure that I'm a believer in either of these pitchers in this start. What do you think? Is that crazy?
It's not crazy. I don't understand Chen. I just can't figure him out. I haven't been able to figure him out this year. How he could possibly have the 4th best, the 9th best home ERA in all of the major leagues.
All right, I'm going to take this one. I'm taking the first 5 innings over 4 minus 117. That's at Bet Online in the Philly-Miami game. And I might triple up on this one, taking both first 5 inning team total overs as well. If it's 1-zip, maybe I'll lose a few units. But no, I'm thinking that this might be a spot where Chen struggles a little bit at home. Arrieta, has been good, but can get touched as well.
Red Girl is also on the over in Miami.
Really, yes, that's what I was thinking. I'm also agreeing with Teddy B on Atlanta -1. Godley obviously has been struggling with having control issues, and Sanchez has been a bit of a revelation for Atlanta here. He's been pretty reliable. What's your take on that game?
Well, first off, Joe Yurkovich, another nice point about Philly being in 3 cities in 3 days. That's got to be part of the line movement. Sanchez has just straight up looked so much better than he did the last 3 years.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive. Braves are 7-3 in his starts. 4-1 with a 4.47 ERA in his career against Arizona, but that includes this one inning out of the bullpen where he allowed 3 runs. So he actually has great numbers against his team. Diamondbacks can't hit righties. 220 with a 680 OPS. This is probably a really good spot.
And what's up with the Atlanta lineup? Are they okay right now?
Yeah, I mean, why don't we take a good look at them and break it down? Here they are. Inciarte, Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, Markakis, Suzuki, Camargo, Acuna, Swanson. That's
a pretty good lineup, right?
It's a pretty good lineup.
All right, I'm going to take Atlanta -1. That was definitely a play. I previewed that game with Joe Gavazzi. He said he liked Atlanta in this spot as well. So I'm going to take Atlanta -1, and that will be -132 on the money line. That is at
Dave LA says, I like Braves first 5. I just don't trust their bullpen.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, I'm going to take Atlanta on the money line -132 at the Greek, and the run line +167 at Bet365, so that'll be a small dog line for Atlanta -1, and I'll take a shot with that one, and then maybe also a shot with the Atlanta team total overs. I'm not sure I trust Godley here. Let me see. What are the team totals for Atlanta? The first 5 innings for Atlanta, 2 -135. Yeah, and if the full game is 4.5 +102 at.
Whenever he pitches
Pinnacle.
at SunTrust Park, he's filled with family and friends.
Who
right?
does?
Godley.
Okay.
Filled with family and friends, and it hasn't been kind to him, this place. Since
Right.
2 career starts, 11 innings, giving up 4 homers, 13 earned runs, and again, it's going to be filled with family and friends watching him play.
Filled with family and friends, yes. Okay, I will. The first 5 innings is 2 -135. Godley has control issues. All right, I'll take that one. I'll take Atlanta. First 5 innings, team total over 2 -135 as well. If Godley has a first start, I'll eat some losses with that one, but that's okay. All right, what else do we have going on, Jim?
Well, a lot of people liking Braves first 5, and a lot of people backing where you're at and saying Joe Yurkovich saying Arizona couldn't hit in Colorado. They've been prone to slumps. You might be finding them on a nice spot.
Yes, the first 5 is interesting as well on the money line. I'm just a little bit concerned about.
Ballgame is with you, fading me. He's with you on the Rays Twins over.
Okay. What else do you have, Jim, that you want to add?
Nothing. Those are all the plays I wanted to add. I'm ready to add our CFL plays, WNBA plays, MMA plays. But I'd be happy to break down any game you want to break down.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there's no. Okay, so I did take. Let's just quickly go over the 7:00 games. I did take Milwaukee on the second half. Now that the line move has favored Pittsburgh so much, I'm thinking maybe Milwaukee on the -1 line might be worth a shot. I don't know, man. I'm just Kingham. What to expect from Kingham? He has had some pretty decent starts at home. Where is Twate Latte? What does he think about this game?
Yeah,
Where is Twate Latte?
He's in our
Where is
chat.
Twate?
He's in our chat.
Here he is. Yeah, Twate. What do you think? You think Milwaukee's worth a play tonight?
I'm taking Pirates team total over 3.5.
You are?
That's Twatty.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just
Pirates
reading out
team
Twatty.
total over 3.5.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Then we've got Texas-Baltimore. I took Texas on the second half. I was definitely leaning first 5 innings over. That's in my leans column, and it's definitely gotten bet up almost a half run since the morning show. But Charles Stark likes the under. That makes me nervous. I was thinking about Texas on the first 5 innings, team total over 2.5 as well. Texas -1. Jim, why? What's your take on this game? Is Cobb going to have a good start here?
I'm worried about that blister that he had last week. I don't finishing that comment about whether he's good to. I don't think it's going to hurt. I don't believe it's going to hurt. I don't trust him. But I've been a guy who's backed Cobb and backed the Orioles too many times this year, and it's the reason why my record is not good. Yeah, I'm comfortable. I have no problem that Hamels is coming off a bad start.
Yeah.
His Orioles team hits lefties terribly. I mean, they hit everybody terribly, but 232, 655 OPS. I'm very comfortable.
All right. His strikeouts are up. I'll take Texas -1, so I'm doubling up on this one.
Good.
The money line is -113. The run line will be +140 at Intertops. +140. Go ahead.
Melee Payless Ways with you on the Braves first 5 team total over.
Yeah.
Parlay Poppy play of the day. Tigers first 5 over.
Oh, wow.
Tigers
Very
first
nice.
5 over, 1.5 at -120. Says Keuchel is off his stuff. Tigers' only offense is against lefties. Tigers lineup has hit Keuchel. This is a huge money play for Poppy.
Really? Wow. Well, what about the Tigers' first 5 innings? Check this out, Jim. 1.5 -107 to the over. What do you think about that?
You know, I like it. I've already got the Tigers first 5.
Money line.
Yeah, on the money line. So this isn't really a spot I want to double up, but that might have been. I mean, obviously, I did it to get the big score, right? I got the +205. But I like it. I think it makes sense. But if they hit over 1.5, I have a good shot at cashing my first 5. So I'm fine just keeping it the way it is.
I would say that's true. Maybe I'll go on this one with you. Maybe I'll take Detroit +0.5 at +138 at BetMania. Keuchel's been pretty good recently, though. That's the only concern.
Bulgogi likes the Detroit alt line +370
Wow.
-1.5. Wow, Is that Bulgogi Larry?
I don't know.
Is that Bulgogi Larry? I don't know,
no
but
idea.
Bulgogi liking the Detroit alt line at +370. Dave LA, I'm on the Tigers team total over 3.5.
Wow. Really? I mean, Keuchel's been pretty good. Keuchel's been pretty solid, hasn't he?
Yeah, no. Has he been? I mean,
getting grounders, doing
he
his
still
thing.
gets soft contact. We know that. He's still very good at getting soft contact.
And fires off 3 great starts in a row. This one makes me nervous. That's how I have it in my notes here.
And that's totally legitimate. Zigzag Man also on Tigers full game. Red Girl says, Jimmy Pete, do you think Harvey can get his strikeouts? Do you think he's a candidate for a strikeout prop?
I don't know. That the question is how high are his strikeouts here? I can pull up those odds right now. All right, so I thought all of my leans would be settled, but I still have a lot of leans. Here are my leans. Milwaukee -1, I guess, is a lean. Texas Baltimore first 5 over, and Texas first 5 team total over are definitely leans. Washington and the Mets. I guess I'm settled with just Mets first 5 innings team total over and Washington on the second half. Toronto Boston. I took Boston -1, and Boston on the first 5 team total over is a lean as well. Is Baraki going to finally have a crappy start, a vulnerable start? I could see that happening, right?
I don't know. It's nice that the Red Sox lineup saw a lefty yesterday, but Baraki's being crafty, and he's faced the Astros and the Yankees, 2 of his 3 teams, so it's not like he's getting thrown into the fire. It's always hard to pitch at Fenway, though.
Is he gonna be able to continue his craftiness in this spot? What do you think?
It's a very, very tough lineup to go up against.
Yeah.
But this guy keeps proving people wrong.
Yes, he does.
Now he doesn't have a win. That's just because the Jays are shit.
Right.
But he's pitching well every time.
Yes, I left money on the table, not taking the Boston first 5 run line against Hap. I cashed though with the first 5 run line against first 5 team total with Bartolo Colon. Baraki, it just feels like this is a spot where he finally comes back down to earth, and maybe has a good start after this one. But it feels like just not a good spot for him, doesn't
Ron
it?
Walsick answering Red Girl saying Harvey pitching the contact now, not many strikeouts. Ron Walsick's sharp, man.
Yes, he is. He
so
sure
Sana
is.
says Keuchel gonna get touched today. Quietly, Detroit is 5th best team versus lefties, horrible versus righties. And Yanks guy says I like Baraki. Kid pitched well against New York and Houston.
Yeah. All right, you know what? I will go on this one with you, Jim. I'm going to take a shot with Texas first 5 innings +0.5, the run line +0.5, first 5 innings run line +0.5 +138. That is at BetMania.
You mean Detroit? You're taking?
Sorry, what did I say?
Texas.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No
Jeez,
problem.
Detroit first 5 innings +0.5 run +138. That's the current line at BetMania. All right.
Mr. Pickscott said he's betting his life versus Harvey. I hope his bookie isn't believing demons.
And maybe
Demons
this is
are real.
low-hanging fruit. Detroit first 5 innings team total over 1.5 at -107. Is that low-hanging fruit? I can't even tell. I can't even tell anymore.
It does feel like it's a great play. That's Parlay Pape's play of the day.
That's Parlay Poppy's play of the day. Wow, and I'm thinking about Boston on the first 5 innings, team total over. I'm also thinking about tripling up on the Philly-Miami games with both first 5 inning team total overs. Again, Miami's like 1.5 at -150. Philly is just 2 at like -105. What's your take on the Miami lineup right now? They got that rookie who's kind of hitting now, right?
He's hitting. Brian Anderson?
Yeah.
Oh, he's hitting. And Starlin Castro's hitting as well as I remember. As well as I ever remember him hitting. Starlin Castro's hitting right now.
Starlin
And then
Castro's
Real
hitting?
Muto is back.
Yeah.
So you got Castro, Anderson, Real Muto, Bohr. That's a really nice 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Now you got Prado is okay. Garrett Cooper, who's jury's out. JT Riddle is hitting very well. This Marlin team is going to get better and better, and this lineup is productive. They're productive at bats.
They do, don't they? They do. They are productive at bats, don't they?
They do. They really do.
Yes, they do. All right, I will. I might get burned on this, but I'm going to take both first 5 inning team total overs here. I'm going to. What's your take on the Philly lineup? I mean, are they?
This is a funny Philly lineup.
Yeah.
And it is their third game in 3 nights. Or sorry, their third city in 3 nights.
Right. So you think Wei-Yin Chen is going to be able to baffle them and bamboozle them at home
let's
again?
see. What are their numbers against lefties again?
Yeah, let me check. The Philly numbers against lefties. I have their year-long numbers here against lefties. The Phillies are where is it? Yeah, they're worse against lefties than against righties year-long. Pretty a bit significantly. It's just Wei-Yin Chen. I'm just thinking that Wei-Yin Chen's success at home can't be all skill related. There has to have been some luck and variance involved there.
Has to be. And Mr.
not?
Picks God's on the over on Philly. Ron Walsack says, Pete, Marlins bullpen are not pigs.
Okay, all right. According to my numbers, they're second worst in baseball over on the year and last 30 and over
Red
the last
Girl
month
says,
or
Herman
so.
strikeouts or Edwin Jackson?
All right, I'm going to take Philly first 5 innings, team total over 2 -107. Hopefully, Wei-Yin Chen will have a little bit of an off night, and I will also take Miami first 5 innings, team total over 1.5 -150. I might get burned if this is a 1-zip game after 5. I'm going to be eating a whole bunch of unit losses there, but if they cash, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed that I didn't give them. So those are some more plays. Philly, I'm tripling up on the first 5 over in Philly, Miami. Let's see, what else do we have as far as leans are concerned? Yankees, Cleveland. Go
Are
ahead.
we going to be able to? There's people saying that we should move on from MLB.
All right,
Can we finish off the 7 o'clock games and then move on?
Yeah, then there's just the Yankees-Cleveland game. I took Yankees second half, and Cleveland, of course, has taken about a 15-cent line move in their favor, which is interesting. And then Atlanta, Arizona, of course, I jumped on it. And since I jumped on it, it's gone up about 10 cents. Wow, so line is strongly moving in Atlanta's direction. All right, let me just review the MLB picks, and then we'll move on to WNBA. Jim has given Cubs money line, first 5 innings and full game. Seattle, alternative run line, plus 210. Cincinnati, team total over. Oakland, team total over. And Minnesota, first 5 innings under and full game under. Those are all Jim's added picks in the afternoon show. My added picks are Philly, first 5 team total over. Miami, first 5 team total over. Tampa Bay, -1. Tampa Bay, first 5 team total over. Detroit, first 5 innings run line. Atlanta, -1. The Miami game, first 5 innings over at 4. Atlanta, first 5 innings team total over. And Texas, -1. And I might tweet out a bunch of plays on the evening games if I want them, because there's still some leans that I'm thinking about, including the Boston first 5 team total over to hit Baraki. All right, Jim.
Sorry, one quick thing.
Yes.
Twatty on Cleveland team total. I think he might be right on the Cleveland team total over against Herman. But Herman, actually, he really shut down this lineup last time. I'm fine with where I stand.
And I'm going to make one other pick. I am going to take the Boston first 5 innings, team total over 3 -104. We see this all the time where a crafty lefty comes in, has a good, few first starts, really does well, and then starts to come crashing back down to earth. That's what this game has written all over it. So I'm going to take, if he can come in and hold this lineup at Fenway to 2 runs or fewer in five innings.
It'd be surprising.
And cheers to him.
What's the juice?
It's team total over 3 -104. So if it gets at 3, I'll take a push on that one. And congrats to Baraki if he can do it. But my sense is this is just not a good spot for him. So I'm throwing on that one. As well. All right. What else do we have?
We got to get to these 7 o'clock games at WNBA.
All right. So let's get to a WNBA right now. Once again, the WNBA plays that I gave in the morning. I did give the Aces first 5 innings and full game team total over. I did give the under at 158 in the Indiana-Atlanta game, and I also gave the first half over 87 at -126 in the Chicago and Washington game. And again, the holy trinity of King Rail, Godmother 87, and Teddy B all liking Connecticut tonight. What are you liking, Jim?
First off, I'm going to go with them on Connecticut. I know that Trotsky's in the lineup, but just feel like this could be a letdown spot. And Connecticut Sun are playing very good. Alyssa Thomas back after that shoulder injury. Courtney Williams back from the 4-game absence for personal reasons. Then now they've debuted Clarendon. And they said it just took a little while to get these players all rolling. And I just like this spot for the Connecticut Sun. Mercury have already beaten the Sun twice. But they've lost the first 2 games of this 4-game road trip. Tarasi played at UConn, so I think she's probably pushing it. She's trying to force herself to play, even though she's probably not 100% just, because of all the fans that are going to want to see her. All said and done, I agree with these guys, and a sick Tarasi in the lineup does not really concern me. I'm on the Connecticut Sun.
All right, on the full game or what?
Full game.
All right, full game will be 5 minus 110. BetMania is 5 minus 105. We can give you that one. Let me make sure that's a current line here. No, it's 110. All right, 5 minus 110. Jim's going to take Connecticut minus 5 minus 110.
Yes.
In the meantime, the Indiana-Atlanta game, I said maybe I should wait to take the under in the afternoon show because it seems like it's going to go up, and it has. I took it at 158. It's now up to 159 at Heritage, so it is headed up. Red Girl and I both like the under. I'm not exactly sure why the market is liking the over here. I feel like I might be on the wrong side of this one. And also, King Rail and a few others suggested that they liked Indiana here in the morning. It was like 9 or 9.5. Now it's up to 10. So the market
Are there 10.5s?
No.
There were 10.5s about half an hour ago.
Oh, really? So it's coming back down?
Yeah, there were.
Really?
And I'm going to take the fever here.
Oh, there is a 10.5 actually at Bookmaker. Let me see if that's maybe a stale line or not.
There was more than one.
There's still Bookmaker has 10.5, but everyone else is at 9.5. So clearly,
Jesus.
yeah.
Okay.
So clearly, all right. So what do you want here, Jim?
Oh, nice. King Rail says I'm still on Sun. Plus 10.5. I want the fever.
Okay.
The Dream. I just feel like this is a letdown spot for the Dream. They just played their best game of the year against Washington in that 106-89 road victory. They set a WNBA record with 4 players with over 20 points and at least 5 assists, 60% from the field, 61% from 3-point range. You telling me that this has got a letdown spot just written all over it? Indiana back on the road after getting destroyed by Minnesota should be a time where they step up. Indiana they're fighting for this. Indiana's screwed, right? They're not going to get up to it. But they can, even up the season series 2-2. And Atlanta has beaten them barely, 5 and 6-point wins this season. And other than that one game where the Fever just destroyed them, I like this. I'm on the Fever plus 10.5. Very thankful to get that line.
10.5 minus 106 at Bookmaker right now. That's the way I was leaning. Are there any opinions coming in? Because I might join you on that one, and I might spike the line move and take Atlanta on the team total under as well.
Godmother, I like
Godmother
Fever
does
game
like the Fever
under
game
as well.
Wow. What the hell's going on here with this line move to the over? I mean, obviously, maybe it's just, I don't think it could be a recency bias.
B-Rad from the boot. WNBA Atlanta under. Sky in Connecticut, and Aces plus 10.
Yeah. Tom Reno says, I like the Aces plus 9.5. The top teams don't respect the Aces, and they have the young players black now. Links off a blowout win. Yeah, I took the Aces on the team totals, and I might take them on the full game spread as well, or maybe the first half spread, something like that.
Wow, Twatty loving the lineup the Pittsburgh Pirates have. Sorry, I had to say this. Loving the lineup so much that he's adding a unit to his bet.
To what? To
the
which
team
one?
Total over for the Pirates.
Wow, really? Wow. John Garcia says, what kind of coffee do you guys drink? We drink office coffee. That's what we drink, office coffee.
But
Most
you put a little prune juice,
yeah,
a little
and I have my own
lean, little
additions.
Carvassier.
Yeah, my own proprietary blend of
when
additions.
I hear Twatty hammering that game goes off in 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That Pirates game? God, when I hear...
What does he like? Oh, the Pirates team total.
Over.
Wow.
When I hear that, I just think I should just fucking blindly tail it.
Wow. Yes.
That's it. Do you mind? This starts in 12 minutes.
No,
Can we just talk about it quickly? This Pirates. When I hear Twatty do that, I mean, it's a play that's definitely going to be over 54% to me. Dickerson at 1, Marte, Polanco. They got Cervelli at the 4, Moran at 5, Josh Bell, Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer. What could I get for the Pittsburgh team?
So for the full game, it's only 4 minus 116. Let me check Heritage right now. But at Pinnacle, it's only 4 minus 115 at Heritage. Wow.
I just... Now,
very low line there.
Now, the issue to me, and I wonder what Twatty thinks about this, is this rested Brewers bullpen.
Yeah.
Now they've got some of their best dogs rested.
Well, if you want the first 5 innings, I'm sure it's just 2 minus 120.
2 minus 120.
Yeah, 2 minus 120.
That's what I will take. I will take the first 5 team total over to...
2 minus 120. Pittsburgh, first 5, 2 minus. Pittsburgh, team total over 2 minus 120. I mean, Guerra has been good, though. He's been pretty decent recently. You know what I'm saying? But Twatty likes it, huh?
He likes it so much. To me, that means that he knows how good of a bullpen the Brewers have.
Yes.
So to me, that means he.
All right, I'll join you, Jim. I'll join you. Fine. I'll take Pittsburgh. First 5 innings, team total over 2 minus 120. I didn't want to do this because I kind of don't really want to fade Guerra like that. But, if Twate likes it, and sure, why not?
Well, Twatty says it's Guerrera is the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. First 5 innings. All right, so I'm taking it. Pittsburgh, first 5 innings, team total over 2 minus 120. Shout out to Twate Latte for putting Jim and I on that one and for giving us his awesome local expert analysis on Pirates games day in and day out. Shout out to Twate Latte.
Shout out to I love the guy. I can't wait to hang with him in Vegas, finally meet him.
Yes.
Chris Blanchard says, on Bucks big, Brewers don't win in Pittsburgh.
Anthony L says, I like Guerra. I vaguely like him as well, at least in the short term. But okay, all right, let's see. Oh, wow, and Chris Blanchard says, on Bucks big, Brewers don't win in Pitt. The line move has certainly backed up that opinion. I only took Milwaukee on the second half, and okay. Wow, Huisha 07 says, I need one MLB play. Someone give me their most confident pick. Pittsburgh Pirates, team total over. Or first 5 innings, team total over. Ayahusha 07.
Would you say that's your favorite pick of all these?
I mean, let's give him that one. Let's just shout it out. I mean, how can that not be a good call if Twate Latte likes it so much?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to keep rolling. Sorry to get us back to baseball, but
all right. So WNBA, Jim. Any other plays you want to add?
No, those are the 2 plays I'm adding. I definitely looked and took a great look at the Sky Mystics. Washington's lost 2 straight. They've allowed 203 points. We broke down this total so much on the early show, and what Mike Tebow was saying about when you play defense as badly as we did and all that shit, and then you saying teams are who they are. Mm-hmm. Can you stop? I felt kind of back and forth, and it was a tough spot. Chicago just gave up 98 points to Las Vegas. Yeah, they're going to try to play more defensively. Are they capable of doing it? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm staying off this Chicago Sky. I'm staying off the Sky Mystics game.
Okay, sounds good, Jim. And I will also throw on the Atlanta team total under at 84. Atlanta Dream team total under 84 minus 110. I do want to take Indiana, which is now down to 10. Now there's no 10.5s available. It's just maybe Atlanta is suddenly turning a corner and just becoming a great team offensively and defensively. And I'm just worried that Atlanta might win. I still like the under, but I'm just worried that Atlanta might win here 80 to 62 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And cover the 10-point spread. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Indiana is a legit bad team. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they'll definitely. I mean, what, 2-18. So, but they have played a little better, and they've again against Atlanta. They seem to be able to
recently they played Atlanta tight. Yes, definitely. All right, Jim. So, is there anything else you want to add, or is that it?
No, I'm also off of the Vegas game. I can understand why people like Vegas. Totally understand it. But with the Lynx, I feel like they're playing so questionably. Obviously, they stepped up against the Sparks, but I mean, they've lost to the Fever. They lost to the Sky. If they do step up, King Rail coming in with aces +6 first half, and I totally understand it. I can completely understand it, but if the Lynx do step up because of how hot and cold or off and on they played, then they could just smash these aces. The aces are coming off just a wonderful victory over the Sky. I felt like the first 2 spots were plays I could really buy into.
Okay, sounds good. So once again, in addition to the plays that I added in the morning, that I gave in the morning, I've added Atlanta team total under 84, and I have added, I guess that's it. That's the only WNBA play I added. Jim has given Indiana plus 10.5, Connecticut -5, and that's it, right?
That's it.
All right, and leans that I would have, I would be trusting King Rail implicitly here on the Aces first half +6. I did give the Aces first half team total over as a play, and I also gave the Sky Mystics first half over at 87 -126. We'll see how that one turns out, and then the Indiana game. Gosh, I just really don't know what to make of that. Let me just quickly check the first quarter totals here. Yeah, it's interesting stuff, but I guess that's about it. All right, now let's move on to CFL. Jimmy the Bag and I, of course, nailed CFL last night. I had the total. Jim had the side, and we were both thinking that this is a good spot for Edmonton, but it's a massive line, and I was thinking that the over might be a play. What do you think, Jim?
Initially, that's where I was going. But I really broke down and went over some of the film of last week's game between these two teams. And basically, Franklin, who is the Eskimos' backup for the last 3 years, but he's known as, before Ray got hurt, and the reason why he came in, was known as the best backup in the league, or the one with the most potential to be a starting quarterback. It was very strange. This Eskimo offense put up over 400 yards, but they only ran for 56 yards. And so the Argonauts were in a pass defense all the time, and that's why the Eskimos were having so much trouble in the red zone, and so much trouble generally where they were getting the yards but not putting up the points. Matt Archer, who is the Argonauts' defense coordinator, he put that game plan together, and so the key is, will Jason Moss be able to get them to run it? And the more that we broke down Gable, their backup, and broke down his games, and I don't think they can. I just don't think he's good enough rusher to change it. And if I like Trestman so much, I like him so much more than Moss. And Trestman says they're going to show the Eskies a bunch of different looks. Now, the one reason why I was leaning to the over was there's a bunch of injuries on defense. So middle linebacker Terrence Plummer is on the one-game injured list. So that's Justin Tuggle is now going to be a starter into his spot. He's usually on the defensive end, but now he's going to move over to the linebacker, which is not where they want him. And Troy Davis will slide in the Tuggle spot, UCF product. And then Eric Stryker will dress for the first time. He was just traded from Saskatchewan, so they were uncomfortable. They were really uncomfortable with the injuries, so they made these moves. And then Jonathan Dowling is going to come in to linebacker. 26-year-old, spent some time with the Bills and Dolphins and Raiders. The Eskimos had a players-only meeting this week. I guess there's been discipline issues and all that. So after breaking all this down and really trying to figure out what's going to happen in this game, Riley also 2 for 8 against this Argos team. Edmonton's roster is bringing in 2 depth changes this week that aren't as big, but defensive back and fullback coming in. All these things I've decided confidently, and I spoke with Al Mack for about 40 minutes, figuring out what is the best possible play here. And when I broke it all down, the play I'm making and believing, and now moving my CFL plays up to 2 units, to 1 unit, to a full unit, is the Toronto Argonauts team total under. The only offense Toronto can do is running the ball. Franklin just doesn't seem to be able to move the ball through the air. Whether or not that's a deficiency with the Argos wideouts or Franklin himself, I don't know yet. It's too early in the season. But they have a great running back. They're able to move the ball. They put up 140 yards rushing the last time these teams met. Trestman says they're going to be doing other things. Will they be able to? I don't know. But I believe that the Eskimos have this team meeting. I think that they're actually, even with the injuries, going to be able to come together more on defense. And I think that the Eskimos are going to have to run the ball more. So I almost took a full game under. But I realized, no, I think it's the Argos that are going to have the toughest time moving the ball. I think it's the Argos who are in more trouble, and I'm taking the Argos team total under.
All right, I have 22 minus 113 at Heritage. I'm sorry, at Pinnacle. Do you have a better line than that?
Yeah, I have 20. Well, I don't know if it's still here because I bet it and see if I have 20. I had 22 and a half.
All right, well, we'll check.
Let me see
Bet
right
365. Now. I'm seeing 22 minus 113 at Pinnacle right now. Let me see. We'll quickly check.
Under 22 and a half. I'll
Okay.
take that.
What are the
minus 125?
Minus 125.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't bother.
Well, you could have 22 minus 113 or 22 and a half minus 125. I guess.
Yeah. I guess the 22. If you. Yeah.
Which one would you like?
I'll take the 22 and a half.
All right, 22 and a half minus 125, right?
Yeah.
All right, 22 and a half minus 125. I am going to take the first half over on this game, 26 and a half minus 110. First half over, 26 and a half minus 110, and I'm leaning on the full game over as well. You think that might be a mistake?
No, I don't. And it was my initial play. Chris Blanchard says over all day. Asks Argos in a shootout. Gary Avery says Edmonton will cover. I really feel like... I know Edmonton's dealing with a couple injuries on defense. and they were forced into making a trade.
Yeah.
I just don't see the Argos can't move the ball through the air.
Okay.
The Edmonton's big problem was they weren't moving the ball on the ground, and I think both those things will come back together. I really feel like I feel like the Eskimos could still put up 38 points, and I could win this bet with the Argos team total on it.
All right, I'm going to double up. I'm going to take the full game over 53.5 minus 110. That's the current line at the Greek, and I'm taking the first half over 26.5 minus 110. Jim is taking the Toronto team total under 22.5 minus 125, and we have broken down that game relatively successfully, I think, Jim. I'm just frustrated because I feel like yesterday I should have had, I should have had 3 more units. I should have had Calgary first half and full game along with you, and I should have had the full game under. I'm just annoyed, but I'm gonna go ahead.
The market move was, tough.
Yeah, it
tough
was.
to
It
figure
was.
out.
Spooked me. All right.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't double up and only took the one side. So everybody on the over except for Gary Avery, who says Argos Edmonton full game under, and I got off of the over just because I know that the Eskies have to run the ball in this game with not a very good running game, but they have to. Gable's got to run the ball. That to me will be more punting and less offense. And then secondly, Trestman says they're going to show the Eskies something different. The only thing they've been able to do this year is play great defense and run the ball. So that took me off of the over. Breaking that down took me off of the over, and talking about it for a long time with Al Mack. That made me believe in the under. Now, I'm worried that the Eskimos could run up the score late. They've been doing that to certain teams. Because of them running up the score late, instead of taking the full game under, I feel like the Argos team total under is the best play I can make.
Okay, they're gonna do something different.
That's what Trestman's saying. Trestman's saying
instead of running left, they're gonna run right. What are they gonna do different?
Who? The Trestman and the Argos?
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna throw the ball.
Okay.
They're going to throw the ball more because everybody knows that Wilder is a beast. He just ran for 140 yards. He's looking like the best running back right now in the league. And the Eskimos are going to put a ton of people in the box, and they're going to force Franklin to pass, Franklin to beat him.
Okay, we have our picks. I'm doubling up on the over. First half and full game. Jim's taking the Toronto team total under 22.5 minus 125. Now let's move on to MMA. UFC Fight Night 133 is coming up this weekend. It's a very interesting card here on the main card. Again, Andreas Hale and I did break this one down. I'll review Andreas Hale's 4 picks. I gave no official picks because I'm very uncomfortable with this card. Andreas Hale liked Darren Elkins as an underdog. When he gave it, it was plus 280. Now it's down to plus 250. Andreas also gave Chad Mendes at minus 150, and that line has gotten bet down even further. Now the best line for Mendes would be minus 140. So Miles Jury, who opened as an underdog around plus 200, is now down into the plus 120s. Andreas also gave Nico Price at plus 110. That line has not moved at all. And he also gave JDS at minus 170. That line has also not moved much at all. My only lean to this one was to the under in the JDS fight. I'm assuming that would be a 3.5. Other notable line moves, a lot of late money coming in on Sage Northcutt over Zach Otto, which is kind of interesting. Otto was in the plus 1 teens earlier yesterday, and now he is bet up all the way into the plus 130s at some places. Pinnacle and sportsbetting.ag all have Otto now into the plus 130s, which is definitely interesting. I also thought that Rick Glenn might be worth a shot as an underdog at plus 214, and there's been a small move in his favor. Now the best line would be a plus 200. I was thinking Glenn by decision might be worth a shot. And of course, we do have some great analysis and picks coming up right now from commenter Annie Marak, who has given us so far 17 MMA picks officially, and he is 10-7 at an underdog line, and he is up 5 units overall in the picks that he's given us. All right, let's bring up the comments section, and Jimmy the Bag, why don't you relatively quickly tell us what Annie Marak's opinions are for UFC this weekend?
Sure, it's great. I love this guy. First off, I love this guy. He's in our chat right now to answer any questions, so please fire the questions at him in the chat while we do this. He says, I tried to be more selective with my picks, so here are 11 plays.
Okay, right, okay. Let's try to keep this one under 10 minutes if we can.
Easily.
Okay.
He did make it tighter, even though there's lots of picks. Starting on the undercard, Liz.
But not too fast so we can't understand it.
Liz Carmouche.
Okay.
First, Jennifer Maia. Maia making her UFC debut from Invicta, sporting an impressive 15-4 record. Carmouche, known for being physically powerful and a good wrestler. However, the rest of her skills are lacking. Maia is taking a step up in competition, has shown a weakness to the takedown, and Liz is moving down a weight class where her power should be a big advantage.
Okay.
Liz Carmouche is the pick.
Okay, and that'll be minus 125 at BetMania. Carmouche minus 125. All right, what else do you have?
Jessica Aguilar versus Jody Esquibel. I may be pronouncing some of these names wrong. Another fight where I feel one of the two is a good fighter. Aguilar has been in the UFC for 2 fights so far, lost them both. Jody just dropped a decision to 12-2 Carolina Kowakovic and didn't look so bad doing so. I think Aguilar is a trash can, and Jody is a rightful favorite.
Okay.
Jody Esquibel.
All right, that'll be minus 131 at Pinnacle. Okay, what else do you have?
Syed Nurmagomedov versus Justin Scoggins. Saeed is the cousin of Khabib, lightweight champion. Scoggins is a decently serviceable fighter who tends to lose by submission against UFC caliber competition. Saeed is the favorite because of his name. People see that name and think Khabib. Let's be clear, there's only one Khabib.
Right.
This is a step up in competition for Nurmagomedov. And I'll just say Saeed, and he's attempting to cut an additional 10 pounds to drop another weight class. I think Saeed isn't good enough to catch Scoggins in the sub, and the dog money is the way to go. Scoggins plus.
All right, plus 120 is what the best line will be right now at a few places. All right, what else do you have?
Volkanovski versus Elkins. Fight is super interesting. Volkan's next big thing, very well-rounded fighter. Darren, the damage. Elkins is an unbreakable fighter riding a 6-fight win streak, where he's regularly been an underdog, come back from being beaten to a bloody pulp to win his fights. Volkan is the favorite for a reason, and this line is getting bet up massively. I'm going to ride the value on the dog.
Wow.
Darren Elkins.
Well, it hasn't gotten bet up since we looked at it yesterday. It's now gotten bet down a little bit. Andreas gave it at plus 280. Right now, we will give plus 250 is the best line that we can give. Our boy Annie Marak. Elkins plus 250. Okay.
Alejandro Perez versus Eddie Wineland. He says he's a fan of Eddie. Banger, keeps his hands low, throws with bad intentions. Keeping his hand low enables him to defend the takedown well, and he relies on his movement to avoid damage. However, lately he's been getting older, and he's slowed down a touch, gets hit more, and his chin is being tapped enough times that I think it's pretty much shot. Perez is a faster and better fighter and will crack the weakened chin. Perez.
Okay, Perez. I'm just looking. I'm not seeing any totals here, so let me see. Perez, let me see. And that will be, best line will be minus 165 at Pinnacle. What else do you have, Jim?
Renault versus Zingano. Kat versus Marion. Kat Zingano, one of the most feared women in MMA about 3 years ago. Her husband was sadly murdered, and she's been struggling with health problems. Prior to losing to Ronda Rousey, she was undefeated, riding a 9-game win streak, including a TKO win over current champion Amanda Nunes. Since her fall from grace, she has fought 2 times in 3 years, losing both, and looked terrible. I love Kat. She's my girl. Going into this fight with Marion, she's saying all the right things about how she feels great now, how she's in such a better place, ready to come back and be a title challenger. My heart is with you, Kat, but my wallet can't follow you. The game is past her. She's an incredible woman who never gave up, but her style's outdated, and Marion is going to make her look dated. Marion Renault.
Okay, let me find the odds for that one. Renault on at minus 120 is the best line. Okay, what else do you have?
Chad Mendes versus Miles Jury. Mendes was a long-time #1 contender in the division, taking Jose Aldo to his limit twice, but coming up short both by a small margin, and he really looked like the future. Then he got popped for PEDs. This is his first fight back since Conor McGregor and Frankie Edgar KO'd him, and he's going to be off the juice. And in the cage for the first time in 3 years, Chad opened up as a massive favorite, and Americ here got Miles Jury at plus 200. Miles has been fighting the top competition clean and winning, while Chad has been trying to adjust to life without roids. I expect him to be a shell of himself, and I wish he broke MMA down earlier. Sometimes I could have passed the Jury pick along before the line dropped, but the line has dropped massively.
So what does he want here?
Miles Jury.
Okay, plus 130 at Bet365.
Wow, he got him at plus 200.
Yeah, that's where he opened to plus 165. Plus 130. All right, what else do you like, Jim?
Nico Price versus Randy Brown. Randy Brown just went the distance with Mickey Gall, who's a talented but young and green fighter, a scrapper who likes to get in the thick of things and finish his opponents. But he's outclassed here. Nico 11-1, only 1 fight by decision. He TKO'd Alan Jubin, who is a very talented striker. I think he wins this one inside the distance. Pick is Nico Price.
Nico inside the distance?
No, just Nico Price.
Okay, so Nico Price. Andreas Hale agrees with that one. That might be worth a tail right there. Andreas Hale and Nico Price, and Annie Marak both liking Nico Price at plus 110 at Bet365. All right, what
Dennis
else do you have?
Bermudez versus Rick Glenn. Bermudez, longtime staple of UFC, top-level contender, gatekeeper, but he's an old 31. Wear and tear for his long career starting to catch up with him. Glenn going to be the taller, longer fighter, even though Dennis will be the better wrestler. I don't know that he's in good enough form to keep Glenn down for 3 rounds. These days, if he thinks he can stand with Glenn, his chin might get touched. Dennis is a favorite for a reason, but he's coasting a 3-fight losing streak, and I think the value is on the dog.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as well. So he wants Glenn, what, by decision or what?
Just Glenn.
All right, that'll be plus 200. I was agreeing with that one as well. I thought Glenn had value at plus 214. Now it's gotten bet down a little bit. It's down to plus 200, and I would agree with that. All right, what else do you have, Jim?
Then Sage Northcutt versus Zach Otto.
Otto.
Okay.
That's okay.
Sage's pretty face, who the UFC is trying to push.
And sick abs. Sick abs. You got to see this dude's abs, Jim.
I'd pass. Pretty face doesn't like being hit, though.
Yeah, right.
Zach's tough fighter who likes to get in with his opponents. I think he will be able to be just as physical and rough Sage up. Zach Otto, plus 123. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. I'm just looking at some of the other comments. All right, what does he like? He likes
Zach
Otto
Otto.
here. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. The line has gotten bet up to plus 130. Northcutt has not done well at this higher weight class, and Otto, a lot of times these, it's kind of like, how in poker when someone calls immediately, you're fucked. Like they offered this fight to Zach Otto, and he was like, yes, I'll take it. You know what I mean? And he's like, I think he's right. I think Otto's probably the right play here. All right, what else does he have here, Jim?
Finally, the big fight. JDS versus Ivanov. He says, I keep bouncing back and forth on this fight. Junior, incredible fighter, but he's coming off a US ADA suspension for being busted for PEDs. Blagoy was an easy pick with a 16-1 record, mostly by finish. Then I looked at his record. He hasn't fought anybody. Bunch of wins over trash cans. Huge step up in competition. Only way he wins this is if JDS is completely shot. But he might just be shot. His last 6 fights alternated wins and losses, each loss being a brutal KO. Junior's chin might be gone and coming back for his first fight since he got up the juice. Serious questions. Sadly, I don't see a total line out, but I think the pick is the over. If JDS has lost his pop after getting off the roids, he might not finish Blagoy as quick as he could have in the past. Blagoy is slow and plodding, and I don't see him being able to outmaneuver JDS, and then both of them will likely slow down as heavyweights tend to. I can see this fight going the distance and getting really ugly. Pick over. 1.5, 2.5.
I was leaning under. Wait, over 1.5 or 2.5. Well, I think that the line would be probably more like 3.5 or so. The fight going the distance is plus 185, and not going the distance is minus 245. Should we give him that, or should we give him just the opening total line at Pinnacle?
I'm not sure. Say that again.
We could give him the fight we could give him the fight going the distance at plus 185, or we could give him the over on the opening line at Pinnacle, whatever it is. We'll give him that.
Let's do
How about that? All right, he's going to take a JDS fight over at the Pinnacle opener. So there you go, Andy Marak. Whatever the
as
Pinnacle.
Well as JDS.
Okay, and he also likes JDS.
He does.
Okay, JDS, and that will be the best line once again. We'll see. I was thinking under there, but okay, minus 175. JDS, sorry, minus 172 at Pinnacle right now, and we will give him the Pinnacle opener on the total on that one. Or if Pinnacle doesn't have, wait, let me see. Hold on one second. Let me just. All right, what else do you have, Jim?
That's all of them.
That's it. That's right. We got it. Okay. All right. So should we review?
And under 10 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So Anna Marak likes the G.
He says if the total is 3.5, I'm not touching the total.
Okay. Well. Okay. What should we do? What should we give him then?
I think it's fine. I think we. I don't think it's going to be a 3.5 with the heavyweight.
Okay,
right?
all right. So he's going to take JDS, and he will take the opening line on that one. Whatever it is, well, I'll give it. These are informal plays. Yeah. All right. So once again, he likes JDS fight over Otto plus 130, Renault, Carmouche, Escobel, JDS at minus 172, Miles Jury, Elkins, Scoggins, Glenn, Perez, and Price. I'm thinking that I'm going to make Glenn by decision an official play here. I think that if Glenn wins, it's probably by decision anyway. I'm also thinking that Otto by decision might be worth a shot at plus 250. Is Otto going to finish Northcutt, or is he going to win by decision? I'm thinking that a decision is a little bit more likely. So I'm thinking that Otto by decision at plus 250 and Glenn by decision at plus 335 might have some value. as opposed to just Glenn to win at plus 200. So I'm going to take Glenn by decision at plus 335. That's going to be an official pick. And I'm also going to take Otto by decision at plus 250. Otto by decision at plus 250. Glenn by decision at plus 335. I might be screwing myself here a little bit. That's always annoying when you take an underdog. You try to add units by taking a specific result, and then they wind up getting the win, but not the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if Glenn wins inside the distance, and I could have had him to win at plus 200, but I got greedy and took by decision.
Parlay Poppy says decision has value. Pete, I agree with you.
For, which one, Glenn or Otto, or both of them?
I think what you were just talking about.
I was talking about Glenn. I was talking about both of them. Glenn plus 335 and Otto by decision at plus 250. Yeah, I'm feeling like the Northcutt fight also go. Although the market is expecting the fight going the 3-round distance is minus 115, and fight not going the distance is minus 115 as well. And Otto by decision is plus 250. Otto inside the distance is plus 400. So the market is expecting if Otto wins.
Americ says decision for Otto is likely, but he's already a dog.
Yes.
And Sage quits when his chin gets touched.
Right.
Parlay Poppy, Otto.
Yes.
Parlay Poppy, Northcutt.
Yes.
Kobe Valentine, I really like Otto. Glenn and Price to each win as respected dogs.
Yes. See, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and Price, and he likes Price inside the distance as well, right? Isn't that what he said? He said he liked Price inside the distance, but he took Price just to win, but inside the distance is how he predicts the fight to go?
Yes, I'll double check on
inside
that.
the distance is plus 231 for Price.
Wow.
Inside the distance against Randy Brown. All right, I'm just going to stick with those two plays, though. Glenn by decision, Otto by decision. That's plus 335 and plus 250. Those are both lines at 5 dimes. I was leaning under in the JDS fight, or I was thinking about taking the JDS fight, not going the distance at minus 245, but I'm going to hold off it after hearing Anna Marak's analysis of that one.
What great analysis.
Yes,
dude.
what great, awesome analysis. And just before we wrap up the show, so we're not going to do the Lucrative Larry today?
Well, sadly, Lucrative Larry's not with us.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so, great. No, I didn't mean that's great that he's not with us. Soccer, let's just finally wrap up the show. Soccer picks. Jimmy the Bag and I have not given any picks when we broke this game down, the match down with Natalie. It was a whole lot of fun. You can watch that on the second half of the Thursday Late Show. The second half of the Thursday Late Show. We had a lot of fun with Natalie in here. We broke down both the games coming up this weekend. The comment section seemed to be slightly in favor of Croatia as a value play, and of course liking the over in the England-Belgium game as well. You want to make any official picks on this one, Jim?
Yeah, I do. But first, I'm going to make a play on the third place game. I'm going to, it's been a tough year. I'm going to see if I can add a couple, cheapos. I know if I miss one, I lose them both. But I am going to take the over 2.5 goals at minus 175 in Belgium, England. And I am going to take both teams to score at minus 200.
Okay, over 2.5 minus 175. And both teams to score at what?
Minus 200.
Minus 200. And both teams to score minus 200. Those seem like nice plays. Those seem like great plays. Why would those not be good plays?
Yeah, just, it's enough juice, so much juice.
Yeah. Why would those not be great plays? All right, so those are the only two plays you want to give?
No, I just can we talk about this spot for a little bit? You know what? I guess I could tweet out the Sunday. You know what? I could tweet out, but I guess one thing that I think has a ton of value in this France-Croatia spot is the first half draw and the full game draw. I really find a ton of value. Now, again, this is just listening to the experts. We've had experts on our show, and we've been watching Alex and all the SBR experts for soccer, and it just, to me, feels like there's so much value. And if this first half is going to be very tight, I think that there's tons of value. Let's see what I get on first half
draw minus 110 at Heritage right now. That's approximately what you would get in most places. And the full game draw about plus 230 or so.
Yeah. What do you think about those two plays?
I kind of like the first half draw. I don't know. I don't like the full game draw necessarily.
Because you like France.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't have a good my opinions are purely recreational when it comes to the World Cup at this point. So I have no opinions worth mentioning right now, actually, Jim. just watch some fucking team bankroll videos if you want some good opinions on
well, I will tweet out. I will tweet out the my plays for France, Croatia, but I'd like to block the other ones officially. We still have some great guys with us who know this sport both so well. Props Profit likes Belgium 2-1. Belgium to win in over 2.5. The Alex special. Barcelona, Belgium to win and beat both teams to score. And Belgium team total over 1.5 as well. Melee Palis likes France team total over. David Hutton has a 33-1 future on Croatia. Should I hedge? Yeah, maybe a minimal hedge. A very small hedge, just, and then Corey Lewis likes Belgium 3-1. Brazil Bet King says draw a very good option on the three-way, very tight game. I really do think that's got the most value, unless you're going to take France just to win in the 90. And even that's minus 110. I feel like there's a ton of value with that spot. So that's what I'm leaning to. Actually, you know what? Give me the first half draw as an official pick.
The first half draw. Okay, what do you want? Minus
Croatia.
110.
Yeah.
Okay, Croatia first half draw. If you can find a better line, we can give you that one.
It's fine. I'm fine with minus 110.
All right, minus 110. Minus 110. Sorry, during the MMA segment, there were a lot of great comments coming in, but I was doing so many other things and thinking on myself that I didn't even have time to read all the comments here coming in.
Oh, wow.
Let me see what's going on.
RS Jacobs 5 says no value on Francis. Just the Pirates, just like Twatty said, are already rolling.
Very
runners
nice.
on the corners.
Shout out to Twate Latte. Shout out to Twate Latte. Killing it with Pittsburgh Pirates analysis.
But I didn't.
Hell yeah. Twate Latte.
Props Profit. Too much respect on Croatia. You know, I'm gonna. Oh wow! And Barcelona has France, Croatia, both teams to score and draw. Noah Lastark has first half draw at plus 120. Great find. Matt McCarthy says, "I like that play. Good one, Jim. You know what? I'm gonna take a a shot with both the first half draw and the full game. Now I will bet them. I'll just bet them with a half unit each.
Noah Lastark says I have first half draw plus 120,
yeah.
but maybe he's talking about the England game. Is he talking?
No, I believe he's talking about this game. Good
find. We just got to quote the book. Right now I'm seeing first half draw minus 110 at Heritage.
Yeah, I'm fine with 110. I'm fine with minus 110.
He's probably talking about England is plus 120.
Okay.
Yes.
RS Jacobs, France, weak in the back, but they're better. You know what? I'm going to take a shot. I'll take a shot with the first half draw and the full game draw of 90 minutes plus 230.
All right, the full game draw is plus 230, and that's it. No plays for me from the World Cup. Great show today. We covered a hell of a lot, and that's it. That's it for the week. Have a great weekend, everyone. We love you all. Thanks so much for all the great comments. We'll be back at 12 o'clock Eastern Time on Monday. Thank you so much.